On April 17, 2017, in Augusta, Georgia, what should have been a joyous 16th birthday celebration for Latania Janelle Carwell took a dark and devastating turn. Known simply as Janelle to friends and family, the bright young honors student with dreams of becoming a doctor vanished in the early morning hours of her birthday, setting off a complex missing persons case that would ultimately reveal a horrific betrayal. Janelle was described as a loving, intelligent, and ambitious teenager. She excelled academically and was actively planning for her future, with aspirations of pursuing a career in medicine. By all accounts, she was a model student and daughter. On April 16th, Easter Sunday, Janelle celebrated both the holiday and her upcoming 16th birthday with family and friends. Neighbors reported that the teen seemed happy and content, giving no indication of any troubles or concerns. A cookout was held, and Janelle was seen inviting friends over to join the festivities. It appeared to be a normal, cheerful day for the Carwell family. However, shortly after midnight on April 17th, Janelle's actual birthday, the situation took a mysterious and alarming turn. At 1:17 a.m. on April 18th, Janelle's mother, Tanya Tripp, placed a frantic 911 call to report that both her daughter Janelle and her husband Leon Tripp, Janelle's stepfather, were missing. Tanya told the dispatcher that neither Janelle nor Leon had been answering their phones for nearly 24 hours, which she claimed was highly unusual for both of them. According to Tanya's initial account to police, Leon had received a call around midnight from a friend whose vehicle had broken down. The friend was reportedly stranded about 30 minutes away in Clark Hill, South Carolina. Tanya said Leon left in his white pickup truck to assist the friend, taking Janelle along to help navigate using the GPS on Tanya's smartphone. Tanya claimed she stayed behind due to her health issues, stating she had brain and lung cancer that made it difficult for her to breathe. At first, there was nothing overtly suspicious about the situation. Janelle was supposedly in the company of her stepfather, a trusted adult. However, as more details emerged, aspects of the story began to raise red flags. Community members questioned why Leon would take his 16-year-old stepdaughter out at 1 a.m. to help a stranded motorist, especially on her birthday. The timing and circumstances struck many as odd and concerning. As hours turned into days with no sign of Janelle or Leon, fears intensified. Tanya made public pleas for her daughter's safe return, appearing distraught in media interviews and social media posts. Community rallied around the family, offering support and helping to raise reward money for information on Janelle's whereabouts. Meanwhile, law enforcement launched an intensive search and investigation. They soon made their first significant discovery. Leon's white pickup truck was found abandoned just a mile from the Carwell home. Police processed the vehicle for evidence but found no signs of a struggle or foul play. This discovery raised even more questions about what truly happened that night. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered troubling inconsistencies in the narrative. Cell phone records showed that neither Janelle's nor Leon's phones had pinged off towers in the Clark Hill area where they had supposedly gone. In fact, all activity on Janelle's typically active social media accounts had abruptly ceased. For a tech-savvy teenager to go completely dark online was highly unusual and concerning. Then came an even more perplexing development. Multiple witnesses reported seeing Leon Tripp alone over 100 miles away in Atlanta. He was spotted staying with friends and making several trips back and forth between Atlanta and Augusta, while police were actively searching for both him and Janelle. There was no sign of the missing teen. A deeper look into Leon Tripp's background revealed a criminal history that included time in prison for aggravated assault and cruelty to children charges. He and Tanya had actually met and married while he was incarcerated, with Leon moving directly into the family home upon his release. This information cast the case in an even more troubling light. As weeks passed with no trace of Janelle, authorities obtained a warrant for Leon's arrest on kidnapping charges. U.S. Marshals tracked him to a U-Haul facility in Atlanta. When they moved in to apprehend him, they made a shocking discovery. Tanya Tripp was with him. This revelation stunned investigators and the community alike. Tanya claimed it was pure coincidence that she had encountered Leon while traveling to Atlanta, but authorities were highly skeptical. Leon was arrested and charged with kidnapping. Latania, no longer seen as simply a grieving mother, was charged with hindering the apprehension of a criminal. As investigators pressed both Leon and Tanya for answers, their stories continued to shift and contradict one another. Leon eventually claimed he had taken Janelle to Atlanta and given her money to take a bus back to Augusta, insisting he hadn't seen her since. However, there was no evidence to corroborate this version of events. Scrutiny of Tanya's actions revealed more deception. Her initial 911 call, which at first seemed frantic and genuine, was now believed by investigators to be a carefully crafted lie meant to misdirect the search for Janelle. Even Tanya's claims of battling cancer were exposed as fabrication. The mother who had garnered sympathy and support was now implicated in covering up whatever truly happened to her daughter. Under Nevada law, the charge of open murder allows prosecutors to present evidence of first-degree murder, second-degree murder, or manslaughter, leaving it to the jury to determine the appropriate level of culpability for each defendant. Given the apparent premeditation involved in luring Connor to the scene of the crime, as well as the efforts to obtain a weapon beforehand, legal analysts suggest that first-degree murder charges are likely to be pursued. The case also highlights the legal principle that individuals engaged in the commission of a felony can be held responsible for any deaths that occur as a result, even if they did not personally carry out the killing. This means that all three defendants could potentially face the same severe penalties if convicted, regardless of their specific roles in the actual shooting. As the case progresses towards trial, there is speculation about whether any of the defendants might consider cooperating with prosecutors in exchange for leniency. The fact that two of the accused are sisters adds an additional layer of complexity to this possibility. Some legal observers have suggested that both sisters might attempt to shift primary blame onto Nathan Nava, potentially portraying him as the mastermind behind the scheme. The tragic death of Connor Rebello serves as a sobering reminder of the potential dangers lurking behind seemingly innocuous online interactions. It underscores the importance of exercising caution when meeting strangers, even those encountered through legitimate social media platforms or dating apps. Safety experts emphasize the wisdom of meeting new acquaintances only in public places and informing trusted friends or family members about one's plans and whereabouts. Moreover, the case has sparked renewed discussions about the risks associated with displaying wealth or valuable possessions on social media. While Connor's Instagram posts featuring cash were related to his job, they inadvertently made him a target for criminals. This has led to calls for increased awareness about the potential consequences of oversharing personal information or images that could attract unwanted attention from those with malicious intent. As the legal proceedings continue, the Las Vegas community remains shaken by the senseless loss of a young life. Connor Rebello's family and friends are left to grapple with the aftermath of a scheme that exploited trust and the desire for human connection. The case serves as a stark reminder of the dark undercurrents that can exist beneath the surface of everyday social interactions in the digital age. The prosecution faces the challenge of proving beyond a reasonable doubt that each defendant played a knowing and willing role in the conspiracy that led to Connor's death. Defense attorneys will likely attempt to minimize their client's involvement or argue that the outcome was never intended. However, the extensive digital evidence and witness testimony present significant hurdles for the defense to overcome. As the case moves towards trial, it will undoubtedly continue to draw attention both locally and nationally. The intersection of social media, online dating, and violent crime touches on issues that resonate with many in today's interconnected world. The outcome of this case may have broader implications for how society views the risks associated with online interactions and the need for heightened awareness and safety precaution. Ultimately, the tragic death of Connor Rebello stands as a stark reminder of the potential dangers that can arise when trust is misplaced, criminal intentions are masked by the anonymity of the digital realm. As the legal process unfolds, many hope that justice will be served for Connor and that his story will serve as a cautionary tale. potentially saving others from falling victim to similar schemes in the future.